Welcome to the sportiest stream. Hopefully all of you are doing well. To have you all here joining us for an interesting segment of our night. We have a pretty interesting schedule coming up. Earlier today, we saw Yukio Enzo taking on 100X Royals. Royals did win that match 3-1. We're now going to have two straight LOS Champs matchups, 2v2 in fact. Let me pinch. No, this is Patrick, will be our first one. And then New Age Abyss versus Andromeda will be our second. And then later tonight, we'll also have Incorrect White versus 100X Dawn, part of the ATS Apex Cup play-ins, the upcoming RLSS ATS Champions Cup 2. So it's going to be very interesting because that last match is the best of 7. It's going to be quite competitive, going to be quite close. But for us, at least, it's going to be quite a night here for everyone. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be close. I can't wait for it. Again, we are just getting things sorted out, up and ready. I'll get our first matches. Let Me Pinch versus nooo. This is Patrick. It's a little silly. These names are getting a little silly in LOS Champs, I must be honest. But Let Me Pinch is a team we have seen before. It is Shadow Ball, Octane, and Damien's team. These guys have been teammates for a very long time, so it's impressive to me that they're still teammates, even today, because most teams just don't last that long. But obviously, they're one of the teams that's sticking around. And well, again, this is part of Tier 2. This is very high GC. This has got to be at least GC2. My guess is that this is a GC2, GC3 division. Knowing the players of Let Me Pinch, we know this is Patrick and Ravitix, That Guy Arid, Olivier VTT. It's going to be another fun night here. As their record is 1-1, I believe. Pinch right now are undefeated, 2-0 as both these teams heading into week number 3. In fact, I could actually talk about these players already. Again, it's a very small division. I think there's only 5 teams in this division right now. It's a very tiny division. Tier 2 is not very big. But, again, these teams, again, very competitive with each other. Again, week 1, though, it was Patrick who did lose their match. Pinch had a bye week there, so they're given a free win on a bye week. Then week 2, we eventually beat Team Kanema. Where no, this is Patrick did beat. Did he look like this? So again, both these teams nearing the top of their group, of being consistent at this point. There's only 5 teams, so playoffs are guaranteed. It's going to be a very small playoff bracket. Seeding is what is under question. Also, just experience. Things I know how these teams work. Always a benefit. Especially in these smaller divisions, you're guaranteed to play against basically everyone. I mean, there's only 5 teams, so there's going to be a good amount of rematches as well this season. These teams are all going to have a lot of time to get used to each other. You really got to bring everything together, got to pull it all together. Kind of get yourself ready as you have, this is Patrick in the lobby with Ravitix, Arid, and oh sorry, just Ravitix and Arid. Sorry, Ravitix and That Guy Arid. Both are the 2 starters for that team, which will come as no surprise for Let Me Pinch. I assume it's going to be Shadow Ball and Damien. Those 2 have been the starters on this roster for a little longer than Octane's been on it, so that should be who it is that I would expect that we'll be playing tonight for Let Me Pinch. We'll see though. Again, this is a best of 5. It's a fun little matchup here in LOS Champs. Always get to have a little bit of fun with watching 2v2 action. Should be a lot of goals as well. Just knowing at this level, there's always a lot of goals at this higher rank level. We're gonna have to wait on Let Me Pinch to join on in. They should be here any moment. Again, as they take on, this is Patrick. Sorry, no, this is Patrick. Fun little meme, by the way. I like that they have a little. Again, these names are silly. These names are very silly. Again, as I mentioned already, that's not the only weird name in this league. They have another team, but did he look like this? I don't know. I don't know. But again, should be a match here. Shadow Ball and Octane are the ones playing. So it's going to be Shadow Ball and Octane in the match here. Not Damien, who I originally thought would be the one joining them. It should be exciting. Nonetheless, here as we're going to get into our best of 5 match. We're going to first do 2 LOS Champs matches tonight. Let's get right into it, shall we? Week 3 of LOS Champs. Tier 2, 2v2. We don't usually visit the higher tiers in LOS Champs. There just aren't that many of them. And many teams at those higher tiers, and also generally ones that don't get casted as much. But we get to see a little bit of a glimpse into Tier 2 here this week. Let me pinch on the blue. No, this is Patrick. On the orange in a best of 5 2v2 matchup here. Let me pinch still currently undefeated. The only team to still be undefeated through 2 weeks of gameplay, although admittedly, week 1 was their bye week, so they haven't really had a lot of competition yet this season. The only team they've had to go up against was Team Kanema, who themselves have not won yet this season, so simply put, for Let Me Pinch, they haven't really proven themselves all that much this season so far. And if I know this is Patrick, 1-1 record, they did have to play both through weeks. Probably not a bad record to go with. In a division like this, which seems like it's going to be quite competitive with the many different rosters they have, and we'll just have to see how they go. Let Me Pinch still holding on to offense. I don't think it should be at all a surprise that Shadow Ball is doing offense. This Let Me Pinch side definitely not afraid of that kind of offensive playstyle. As Octane will go for a clear, it will be kept away by that guy Arid. And these Let Me Pinch players also used to be part of, I think, Phantom Gaming in the past, so shoutouts to that work. Not Phantom Esports, as I think a lot of people always confuse them with, but Phantom Gaming, who we have seen on the sword very recently in the Defined Greatness Cup. As this should be an open chance for Octane. It will be cleared back by Arid. No, this is Patrick. Have been very, very passive so far. A lot of sitting, a lot of waiting. All they're really trying to do is see if an opening will form itself, but I want to see them push the issue a little bit more for... I know this is Patrick. I mean, the more you wait, the more you're going to give time for our teams like this, like Let Me Pinch. The more they're going to realize, the more they're just going to play that kind of play style. I want to see, you know, this is Patrick really press, and that's exactly what they do. Ravitex with goal 1. As he'll get the flank over Shadow Ball. And with that, Octane was going for boost as well. He was feeding Shadow Ball to slow things down. Shadow Ball's a little too far back, and that means No, this is Patrick will take the lead early. Let Me Pinch, they've got to sit back a little bit further as Ravitex. It's 150'd with Octane. That guy Arid. Ravitex, No, this is Patrick, would love another goal, but not really coming to them here. We've only had 1 goal, half the game has gone by. Both these teams really playing patient. That's a great flick! Oh, that's a perfect flick from Arid! And No, this is Patrick. They may not have had that many chances to shoot, but my goodness, their dribbles have been unstoppable. It's another perfect flick. And another great goal. Even though Let Me Pinch have shown a lot more consistency in holding offense, it is No, this is Patrick who are scoring, and ultimately, when it comes to offense, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. It's who scores more, who gets their goals, who gets their chances. No, this is Patrick. Still trying to play pretty passively here as Arid. Hit back by Octane, and an open backfield to work with. Let Me Pinch. Shadow Ball's gonna get that demo. Then that's very much vulnerable. In field, it's Shadow Ball, and it's an open net. Let Me Pinch have answered back. And you see that from Octane, slows it down. The demo from Shadow Ball only helps them out there. When you leave only 1 player back, there's so much more space open, so many more outplays. That's why so often you see so many goals and 2s based on those counterattacks. Oftentimes they do start with a demo play. It opens things up. 2v1s, almost often the team of two should be able to take it. Oh, is Octane here? Better not be own goaling. He will get a demo. Though I don't know if that was necessary against Ravitex. Octane will still keep on it. That little wave dash trying to find the midfield here. Ravitex has missed it! Shadow Ball's gonna tie this one up. It definitely didn't fall the way he wanted it to. Another open net for Let Me Pinch. Man, they are looking quite comfortable so far. And with how this game is gone, a comeback like that, it's not unheard of in twos, but Let Me Pinch have shown that they have the offensive capabilities to do it. Now it's about picking things up. Shadow Ball. Here comes the mechanical plays, although not really all that mechanical. It's a little bit more messy. It feels very much at home for Let Me Pinch. This is a team that has mechanics, but so many times the goals that you're gonna get in twos, they're not mechanical. They're just messy. They're just goals. They're just chances that you're looking to capitalize on and take. Let Me Pinch. We'll lead by 1 here. As noticed is Patrick. I'll have to play a little bit more defensive. Octane. That guy, Arid. He's still gonna touch on this one. Arid's looking for the back post. It will be kept just wide. As Shadow Ball. Veered back by Arid. Ravitex. Octane will be there first. Now he'll go upfield. Arid. Able to get on the block. Now Shadow Ball. Flip reset. I don't know if he actually had one there or not, but decided not to use it if he did. Let Me Pinch still holding possession. It's only a 1-goal lead. 30 seconds remain. And no, this is Patrick, who were able to score those first 2 goals. Need to score 1 more to force OT. But Let Me Pinch won't give it to them. That's a great infield pass. It's just a little wide of Octane. But once again, no, this is Patrick. Stuck, grasping at straws. Shadow Ball, demoed out by that guy Arid. Ravitex, space all for himself. Octane will cut him down. Time ticking down to the final seconds. I gotta keep this one airborne. Arid, Shadow Ball, drops to the ground. And Let Me Pinch will take game 1. The start that Let Me Pinch will be happy with. 2 Phantom Gaming players finding their success. I think I forgot to mention on Twitter, but this Let Me Pinch team is, I believe, part of Phantom Gaming. I knew I forgot something when I was making that announcement. This means we continue onward to game number 2. What a battle it has been so far. Let Me Pinch and no, this is Patrick. Still have so many reasons to battle. And it was a very close game 1. It's definitely going to stay that way, I would feel, these next couple games. Both these teams want to play. It's probably going to stay that way, but that's a great clear from Octane. The net's wide open. Won't be able to score on that, but we'll have Shadow Ball waiting for him. That pass, cut away. What a beautiful block by No, this is Patrick. Man, that name never gets old. As I said, LOS Champs is getting a little silly with their name, with the team names nowadays. One of the best things about LOS Champs is just how many people are actually like involved in this thing. It is definitely a haven for silly names. As no, this is Patrick, definitely part of that. Won't be able to score there though. That play, Shadow Ball still has a flip reset, and he will use it this time. Able to get the boost, however. I know this is Patrick. He'll take the ball, but Octane's gonna try to keep them out, try to dispossess them, but Amatex going to the air. Octane won't be able to challenge, but Akaera doesn't really, will not force him to challenge there. That touch very high. Would have liked to see him take a little bit more time on these plays. This feels like he's rushing things, trying to play fast, rather than try to play controlled, play the right way. Let Me Pinch, again, are a much more controlled team. Seeing those mechanics being put to use. Does Patrick feel a little bit more panicky? Feel like they're really just jumping at things. While it is getting them offensive pressure, it's tough to say if it's going to get them goals. As they're going to throw a lot of chances at the net that are never going to go in. As now they've just overcommitted. Shadow Ball's got the net! He'll score first for Let Me Pinch. And no, this is Patrick. Once again overcommitting onto offense. I've already said it, they've had so many shots this game. But to not score, it should be a big kick in the gut for them to realize that they are not scoring on these opportunities. As thank you for the follow, it's just to go. Welcome to the Sportiest stream. And welcome to Let Me Pinch versus No, This Is Patrick, part of LOS Champs 2v2 Tier 2. Let Me Pinch, having taken game 1 by only a single goal. I'm looking to do the same in game 2, although they are currently leading by only 1. They could definitely hold this lead too with how they've been playing. Although that touch won't help. Shadow Ball though will score this one. And that's gonna prove to hurt for No, This Is Patrick. Octane had a net in front. He didn't go for it. Instead, forced out the mistake from that guy Arid. When it did come, when he missed his touch, Shadow Ball was right there for the cleanup. Let Me Pinch in a very positive momentum. As now, they may almost get free. That's off the post. Shadow Ball will make sure it goes in. It's 3-0. Let Me Pinch in control right now. The undefeated side showing to us and to No, This Is Patrick why they are that way. Again, with their second week having been so close against Kanema. A match for them that they really want to be able to prove that they have improved, have gotten better. As they most definitely have here in game 2. It's 4 now. Octane's first. And the goals just keep piling in. No, This Is Patrick. You have a tendency to heavily rely on each other to actually get to 50-50s on time. When they don't connect, they're completely ill-prepared for it. In a game like this, where it feels like things are getting a bit more frustrating, I mean, you can't blame them. Zaka Yared, hit back by Shadow Ball, is able to get the beat on Ravitex. Yared still. Let Me Pinch, staying close to the ball, although really overcommitting there. It will be just wide from No, This Is Patrick. But definitely better than what we've seen already this game. Very rarely do teams ever get shut out in 2v2s. There's usually so many goals that it's very rough to not score, but right now, No, This Is Patrick maybe facing that situation. It's another one in for Let Me Pinch. It's 5-0 this game. As Octane, he couldn't put in the redirect, but Shadow Ball with the follow-up touch, and Ravitex stood no chance. And Let Me Pinch. What else can you say except just great control? As Octane, very able to get to this one, but Octane still with it. Deal 50 this with Arid. Ravitex off the side wall. Shadow Ball's whiffed it completely, and Let Me Pinch. Unable to get there easily. Octane will go again. Still Octane off the side wall. One more, not able to connect. But Let Me Pinch staying close on the play. A time this low. No, This Is Patrick needs something. Maybe this is it. Shut behind Octane. It's on the line. Saved out. Shadow Ball got there in time. And Let Me Pinch keep the shutout somehow, some way. With a beautiful block. No, This Is Patrick. I don't think they can believe it. They fully deserved that goal from how they played, and yet it still wasn't given to them. Shadow Ball finds Octane. That's number 6. From coast to coast, from defense to the assist, Shadow Ball sets up Octane perfectly. What more can you ask for? Let Me Pinch with a perfect showing casing in game 2. And it still feels like they're not done yet here in this game. Shadow Ball. Octane, oh, he's got a fake there. Ravitex back, but not in time here easily. Let Me Pinch still have this one. And they want number 7. Arid won't give it to them. Ravitex will clear. I think Let Me Pinch will be perfectly happy taking a 6-0 scoreline. They still want that 7th goal. Octane, has he got it? He has! 7-0! Let Me Pinch will end on a high note. This game has been full of high notes. 7-0 in game 2. Let Me Pinch have just done better. What was a 1-goal scoreline to now a 7-0 smashing Let Me Pinch. Are not holding back any punches. Now finding a way to get a shutout too, which is probably the most impressive part about this. And for Let Me Pinch, man, things have already taken a turn for the worst. They've only gotten worse for them, which I did not see coming. I did not expect that from how the match was looking. But Let Me Pinch in a perfect position to take this match in a sweep. They just need one more game win. And they'll be there as Shadow Ball. We're going to get things started with the air dribble. Let's get a little poke past Ravitex. But no, this is Arid. Sorry, that guy Arid there out of No, This Is Patrick. He'll clear it out. Let Me Pinch. The Phantom Gaming teammates are to keep things close. There's almost a demo there from Octane. It would have opened the net up widely, but it won't be needed. Shadow Ball will outplay the last defender. And Let Me Pinch, again, have proven their mechanical ability. As I said before, these guys have mechanical strengths. You don't really ever see it because they keep things so simple, but they're a very highly mechanical team. They're going to utilize that in a match like this. Just looking far more ready, far more cohesive here, far more confident too. Which is saying something after how game 1 went for them. As now they gotta go into defense. Ravitex unable to find the open shot. That guy Arid now. Octane. On the side wall. Arid. Ravitex. Shadow Ball will be there to block. He'll stay with this one. Shadow Ball, flip, reset. Looking in field for Octane. I think he was trying to get the pass to connect. Instead, Let Me Pinch. On the counterattack against them. Ravitex saved by Shadow Ball with another great block. And Octane will clear. He's got a musty flick to go for. And he'll start the offense off, but may not stay here for long unless they can get another chance. Octane past Arid. Shadow Ball calling for it. I would have loved to see him wait on that. Octane had the shot there, but Shadow Ball got greedy. And it's tied at 1. Let Me Pinch with an unnecessary risk. And it's Shadow Ball who should have let Octane have the open shot there. After such a long goal drought, No, This Is Patrick happy to see one go their way. And all it really starts is with 1 goal. Given how bad last game is, No, This Is Patrick can still answer back, can still come back in this series. All it takes is a goal to get yourself started. As that guy Arid, not gonna let Me Pinch have their start. Now he's being chased down. Ravitex will be kept out by Octane, and that net's open the other way. Shadow Ball will roll it. Saved by Arid. Could not tuck it into that back post. Octane now. This one left for Shadow Ball. A risky play, but Let Me Pinch will take it. Analyzer on Octane. It was a double tap that he's hit before. But Shadow Ball coming in. He'll slide it under the last defender. And it's Let Me Pinch back in the lead. As No, This Is Patrick. Looking in field. Ravitex blocked by Octane. Arid to the corner. This is Patrick. Waiting on the end of this play is Maybe let me pinch Shadow Ball with a heavy clear. Trying to get, I think, offense started here. But he has done very well in that. Bumping out that guy Arid. As Octane, he's got infield option in Shadow Ball, but shot not on. Let me pinch will have to recover. Oh, but they're going to do exactly that. And they're going to turn this around. It's 2v0. Octane will walk this in. And the bumps coming out here from Let Me Pinch. Ravitex getting yeeted up into space. It will be Octane. We'll turn it around and in. And Let Me Pinch now with a little bit of insurance. As we're nearing closer and closer to the end of this game. Octane. Saw Shadow Ball there, was looking for that redirect, not able to connect though. And Let Me Pinch will have to race back, although Octane, my goodness, he's doing well to keep this one away. Wasted up so much time there. Shadow Ball, he's not even needed on defense. Octane just did all that work himself. Now it's Shadow Ball to go, and he's got space! Saved by that guy Arid. We'll take the boost away from Shadow Ball, but still Shadow Ball on this one. No boost. We'll leave this one. Octane faked out that guy Arid. Now over Ravitex. Octane faked again! Oh my goodness! Octane! Feels like he's always got a second option in his bag. He's just faked out the entire No This Is Patrick defense twice. And Let Me Pinch. I mean, if this doesn't tell you that they're in full control, I don't know what will. And again, it's mechanical, but it's not heavy on the mechanics. They're not trying to be mechanical. They're just using the mechanics for what they know will work. So often you see players who want to go for mechanical stuff, go for the cool, flashy things. It's not about being flashy at this level. It's about being successful. Whether it looks flashy or not, every goal matters just the same. There's like Octane and Shadow Ball aren't going to try to score clip-worthy plays unless it is the right option. They're just going to score whatever feels clean to them, whatever feels like the right option. And we're seeing that, again, smart decision making really impact them in this series. They've been just a much better team when it comes to challenging. As, oh my goodness, Octane unable to get a 5th goal, but was only a mere centimeters away from going in. Let Me Pinch. Continuing to just keep that ball away from No This Is Patrick. They may have been scored on early, but it won't matter too much for them, although No This Is Patrick will have a second one. The series is not over just yet. That guy Arid does give his team a little bit of hope here as Shadow Ball a little too far back, was sitting on that back wall, expecting a much heavier first touch. Never really came to him though. He had the challenge and it won't happen here. About a kickoff, going straight to Let Me Pinch. And here comes the time wasting. Octane, oh great challenge from Arid, won't give him any time to keep down that ball. Now this is Patrick, maybe this is their chance. Avitex, trying to tuck that one midfield, you saw him. Seeing Arid has that option to score, but it will not come. Let Me Pinch will take the series. 3 games straight, another 0-second goal, just for good measure. It will end 5-2, a 3-0 sweep. Let Me Pinch have dismantled No This Is Patrick. And they will take the series. Scoreline. Let Me Pinch in a about as good of a win as it can be. And just a field sweep with a great start to our night of LOS Champs action. Again, with it being a field sweep, I mean, Let Me Pinch just playing so consistently. But that's it for what will be our second of... We have 4 matches tonight here. One after this one, New Age Abyss versus Andromeda of Nebula Esports. We'll be seeing that match pretty soon, but for us, we gotta chat with Shadow Ball and Octane here of Let Me Pinch. It has been a very long time since we've seen this Let Me Pinch team before. In fact, how long has been? I think almost a year since we've last seen you guys.
Yeah.
So it feels nice to have
Probably.
you guys back in. It's been a long time, but you guys come back and with a really clean 3-0 sweep. Shadow Ball, your LOS champ season. I mean, we're 3 weeks in, halfway there through the regular season, and you guys have not lost yet. It has been a beautiful season for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably I will. How many more matches do we have?
Three
I think we have
regular
only one
season.
more. Oh yeah. Um. Well, actually, I think this Lost Champs team or this Lost Champs division has like less teams in it, so I think we have like
I
maybe
think
only one more team that we actually play, or two
yes,
more
I was
teams.
gonna say you have to. Yeah, there are 5 teams. You have so you're gonna play against all these teams at least once, I believe, based on how it should work.
Yeah.
You play them all once,
Yeah.
and then based on seeding, you guys have rematches. So
Yeah. I don't know. I think the two other teams we haven't played yet are pretty good. So they're gonna be difficult, but I mean we haven't lost yet, so we can beat them for sure.
and you guys mentioned as well. Again, it definitely wasn't an easy start though. Octane, I mean, you guys last week going to Game 5 against Team Kanema, a team that hasn't won yet. I mean, that put a lot of pressure on you guys. I think this week to come out and play a lot better. Because that Kanema team, not considered a very strong team in this division, they're 0-2 right now. So for you guys to come in this week, feel sweep. I mean, it feels like there was a lot of pressure on you guys from like last week. Did you feel any pressure because of your of last week being as close as it was?
Well, last week Octane didn't play. It was Damien, but I mean Damien's like the starter. Octane's the sub. Damien was supposed to play this match, but he just didn't get home in time, so Octane played. And I guess Octane's kind of the carry now. He has to play all the matches.
Octane, I was meant for you, but I guess Shadow Ball wanted it anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shadow Ball
Yeah, 'cause,
speaking on
well,
behalf of Octane here tonight.
yeah, I can't really speak on last week because I didn't play, so makes more sense for him to answer that anyways.
Yeah, it does actually. It makes a lot more sense here. I think I like that Shadow Ball answer instead, but I mean, I guess Octane, the other thing I could talk about it for you guys is also just the fact that you've been teammates for so long, you and Shadow Ball and Damon have all been teammates on this team for a pretty good amount of time. For Let Me Pinch though as a roster, that chemistry, so often you see teams over time start to weaken, start to fall down to a couple of teams just based on consistency issues or whatever it is. You guys haven't really shown that. You guys have been pretty consistent at this level, it feels like you guys have only gotten stronger since we've last seen you guys. Although I can't really speak, it's been almost a year since I've last seen you guys, so I can't say cleanly, but I'm sure you guys would know. Being able to stick together for this amount of time, you know, it feels like it always takes more work for these teams that last this long to stay at this top level. What's it been like, kind of, as a roster, being able to put in that kind of work to make sure that you guys stick together for as long as you can?
Octane, you want to answer that?
I mean, we part of it is we never like take this super seriously. We always mess around and have fun even during the parts we're supposed to be serious in, and not always having such strong tension on you. Like, I need to perform well to keep this team alive. It's more, we'll do our best, and we're gonna like not stress ourselves on this. That definitely helps.
You guys definitely have done a lot of that. You guys have played very, very strongly. Record now is 3-0. I mean, everybody's going to make the playoffs no matter what happens, but you guys are very likely going to make a very good placement in that final bracket. You get to play against everyone. You know, Shadow Ball, I don't know how often, I don't know how you feel about playing in these kind of smaller divisions, but you get to play against everyone this season. So being able to play against everyone, do you think that gives you guys an advantage or a disadvantage?
I think it gives us an advantage. We're not going to get surprised about any teams because we're going to have played them already once we get to the playoffs. So I think even if the teams looks like really strong in league play, we have lots of time to figure out like how to beat them in playoffs.
I love that as well. The confidence from Let Me Pinch. The field sweep over no. This is Patrick. Congratulations on your win here, Octane and Shadow Ball. Before you guys leave, we gotta get some shoutouts here. So we'll start with Octane and your shoutouts. Any last things you want to say on the stream?
I'd like to shout out to Damien for being late, so now I can play.
And
Well, there
that's
you
my
go.
only shout out. Thanks, Damien.
We'll move now
Um,
to Shadow Balls or
yeah.
anything you want to add to that.
I like to shout out Octane's new hardware so that he doesn't lag and lose frames on all the kickoffs.
Yeah, that was a big issue.
Yeah, you guys got your win, and you know it, with a little bit of help from the computer, I'm sure all it goes well. 3-0 sweep here tonight. Congratulations on your win, and good luck in your LOS champ season. Hopefully, we'll see you guys again very soon.
Thank you.
It was Octane and Shadowball joining us here. 3-0 sweep. That will be their win, but for us, our night of 2v2 action only gets thicker here. Andromeda up next. You will recognize that is Villager's team, Villager2781, back on the stream. We always seem to have him at least once per season. Nowadays, it's becoming a little bit more often, which shoutouts to Villager, great person. As we'll get our match coming up, it'll be him on Andromeda, part of Nebula Esports, taking on New Age Abyss. It'll be another 2v2 best of 5, but we're gonna go to a break. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to more LOS Champs action here on the Sportiest stream. It was a bit of a long break, I do apologize, but if you guys have been waiting patiently, which I think a lot of you have been, you will know what our next match is. New Age Abyss versus Andromeda. Another 2v2 matchup in LOS Champs. This is, though, not Tier 2, but Tier 6. It's a much lower division, but still with some great teams nonetheless taking part. New Age and Andromeda. Should be a great matchup overall here. We got some really fun teams here. Should be a great time for great action here. As New Age with Weak to Jam 92 and Creek Panzer. Andromeda part of Nebula Esports with Villager and Bishwa. Those two have been teammates for a very long time, so always fun to have them join up once again. For us, we're just here for some good Rocket League action. This will be another best of 5. Both these teams are 1-1. For us, though, should be an exciting matchup here. As again, we're just looking to get things underway shortly. Villager is one of those players who has been on this stream a lot in the past, so no surprise I can see him once again joining. One of those people who always seems to show up, no matter what season it is. He always shows up on this stream. We always get to see him at least once, and we always get to see him in 1v1s, which ironically is actually what we're going to be seeing him tomorrow. We'll be seeing him in a 1v1 match, not tomorrow. Sorry, 2 days from now. So again, shout outs to him, by the way, great person. Be fun to get to see him compete in this one. But again, those are our two rosters. Villager, Bishwa taking on Weak Jam and Creek Panzer in a best of 5. And they're both 1-1 with I could probably go through talk about both these weeks that they have played. In week 1, New Age Abyss took their loss to Evolve Pure Euro, and the Andromeda side got their bye week win. They had a bye week. So they got their win. Week 2, though, they had their loss against Premier RV and Repairs. As for New Age Abyss, that was the week they did just get their win. But when they took on, who did they take on? They took on the Sicarios. It's actually a pretty big division too. 18 teams in total playing right up in week 3. So a lot of teams in this division. Again, 18 in total. A lot of pressure on these players as well. Age Abyss, Andromeda. There we go. Set up for our best of 5. Take a look at our schedule again later tonight. We've got one more match. Will be Incorrect White 100x Dawn. Should be a great best of 7 at the end of our night. Get to see even more great content from all these great players, but that's part of the Champions Cup play-ins. We'll be talking more about that when we get there, but for us, we've already got all their players in, and I know they said they wanted to start a little early, so why not give it to them here? Luck to both of these sides. As New Age Abyss taking on Andromeda in a best of 5 matchup. Here we go, we'll get them in the match here. Andromeda of Nebula Esports, New Age Abyss of New Age Gaming. And we've got our best of 5 underway. New Age Abyss on the blue, Andromeda on the orange. A best of 5 matchup to determine which team will be able to take over. Andromeda, definitely no surprises on this roster, but a very mechanical player with Villager. He's a really good defensive 1v1 type player. Bishwa himself, much more aggressive, much more fiery as well. He'll push up very heavy and very fast as Villager is going to get goal 1. New Age Abyss were not ready for how frenetic the start of this game would be for them. The ball just left midfield. Villager, who flew right in for it, chips it right over Krieg Panzer. They'll get an early goal in. Andromeda up by 1 already, but New Age Abyss not going to slow down, and unlike that last series we had, which actually fell to being surprisingly defensive, we'll see what happens here with Andromeda and New Age Abyss. It could be a very defensive match, but more like not knowing how Andromeda likes to play, knowing how heavy that these players will commit, there could be a lot more goals in this match, and honestly, I'm kind of hoping for a lot more goals. That last game was relatively defensive at times as Villager gets that dunk. It will be kept away by Krieg Panzer. Bishwa. Weak to jam. Andromeda there, beaten in the backfield. Open infield, that one will be deflected wide. I think weak jam had that last touch, chipping it over the bar. A great opportunity for Krieg Panzer, and he definitely did not want to put it to waste. As always, he won't put the waste to this one. Bishwa with a little bit of fortune on his flick, but I don't think he'll be minding. Did not really get the power he wanted on that, but he did get the bump on that last defender. And if he gets the goal somehow, he'll get it somehow. That means Andromeda leading 2-0 as New Age Abyss have to play a little bit more on defense as well. Krieg Panzer. Villager. Andromeda trying to clear this one ahead as a whiff there from Weak Jam. It's just bouncing in the midfield. Bishwa will have this one away. Andromeda, they're going to lead 2-0 right now. Look to keep it that way. New Age Abyss, a lot of heavy clears. One of the things that makes Andromeda such an interesting team to watch is that they will go for clears, but a lot of times what does catch people out is when they don't go for them. Specifically, a player like Villager who sits back so far, oftentimes is boost starved. He doesn't rely on clears, he relies a lot more on 50-50s, on controlled challenges. As Bishwa's gonna get back, he won't be able to do so. New Age Abyss will get their first of the series. And for Bishwa, he would have liked a little bit more power on that touch. That's the panic that those clears can have, and Beat Jam will not let him get away with it. And this one now, still leading is Andromeda, but only by 1 goal. Not even halfway through this game already. There's been a ton of scoring opportunities and a ton of goals to mount on top of it. Krieg Panzer. Bishwa with another block here. Andromeda gonna have to rely a lot on that defense. Suddenly put New Age Abyss. They're gonna throw more players upfield. There's only 2 of them, but they're definitely gonna throw themselves upfield there. It's gonna become a lot more noticeable to that. They just want to play aggressive. They want to play up high. For Andromeda, that's going to put a lot more strain on their defense. They're going to need to play very well to keep New Age Abyss from scoring again. Also need to play pretty well to just get another goal, because a 2-1 scoreline, not the scoreline I think Andromeda wants to leave this game with. They want at least 1 more goal. But New Age holding them here. Holding them close. It's Panzer! He'll put it in this one, and it is tied at 2. And as I said, New Age Abyss a lot less nervous now. They're just throwing themselves at every play they have. I recognize Andromeda's playing quite controlled, playing kind of slow. I don't wait for a lot of these plays to come to them, but doesn't exactly make things easy for them. And New Age Abyss still looking for more chances as Krieg Panzer unable to long clear it, and that's an open net the other way. Bishwa will be demoed out, and New Age Abyss trying to stay close onto this one. But Villager, here back by Weak Jam. Bishwa, that on it was, but Krieg Panzer there again. New Age Abyss trying to hold things closer and closer as another big clear. It's going to be an awkward bounce, but Bishwa has this one. Andromeda, maybe their chance to find more offense. They have been struggling just to get out of their half for the last part of this game. And they find something. Villager trying to get himself off to a good start. We'll go back for Bishwa. New Age Abyss setting up for the big clear. Krieg Panzer. That second touch going the wrong direction, and Andromeda will stay close as Villager will take this one away. Weak Jam is chasing right after him. Andromeda, though, still have control. It's dropped down by Mishwa. Saved by Krieg Panzer. And a huge block at that. Stood right on the goal line. And let nothing pass. Now it's New Age Abyss who can go the other way. Krieg Panzer. Taking things very slowly here. Is trying to find any sort of outplay out to Weak Jam. But Andromeda will be back in the control. And maybe Villager can take this one off the post. Kept away by Krieg Panzer. 10 seconds and counting. New Age Abyss will have this one. But can they get a shot on the end of this play? Answer looks like a very firm no. And we'll be heading into overtime. New Age Abyss having marched back from a 2-goal deficit. At this point now, it's all about being able to find that third and final goal for either of these sides. Bishwa. Cleared back by Krieg Panzer. And he's got space to work with. Krieg Panzer, one-on-one, but probably the last person you want to be one-on-one against is Villager. Again, his one-field defense is some of the best in this league. Most players are not going to stand much of a chance beating him. And I don't think New Age Abyss are going to be included in that group. That can beat him. Still have the ball here. Not a panic. I want to see things, maybe slow down a little bit, but Krieg Panzer has got to play defense. Bishwa, that one not flicked very well. Villager to end it. He'll take the overtime and game 1. It was one mistake from Weak Jam. Krieg Panzer left on almost no boost. And poor Weak Jam, he's know that's going to be on him. And it is Andromeda who will take game 1. Nebula Esports side off to a very successful start. How about being able to continue that? They had 12 shots this game compared to the 9 of their opponents. Means we're only moving now into game number 2. Andromeda may have had that game, but it was not exactly a confident-looking game from them. We are guaranteed to see a lot more action out of this series, and with how game 1 looked, I have a feeling we're probably not going to be seeing another 3-0 sweep tonight. Oh, that's not a good start, though. Wait a second. How on earth did that go in? Villager right off the kickoff, and well, it's a great kickoff there. It was actually pretty good for Abyss. Oh, Weak Jam, he needs to control that. That's a bad first touch. And Andromeda will 100% take that one. That's going to hurt. And not in a good way. Means for New Age Abyss now they gotta come back once again. And Andromeda gonna stay close to the play as Bishwa now will look for offense. Great recovery to up the sidewall. He's gonna get the dunk! Bishwa has got goal too! And Andromeda! Why not get another one? 2-0 the scoreline. And Andromeda are still in control. Just like last game, they go up by 2 early. They may even go up by 3. That's gonna walk in. Villager with another one right off the kickoff. This one just bounced off of Weak Jam again. He can't seem to control it. And even with that bump from Villager, I don't think Weak Jam would have had any chance even without that bump. And Andromeda just keep the scoring. That's a perfect start for this team here in Game 2 after having Game 1 been so close for them. So up in the air at times. This is a much better return, and Villager almost making it 4-0. He already got 2 goals. It would make very well to get a very quick hat trick, but play defense to get upfield. He will not be able to get around Weak Jam. In fact, he's not going to get through much of anything over here, but Krieg Panzer waiting back. Only 23 boosts to work with here. He's does not have much to work with. And Bishwa, he's gonna look for offense. Weak jam. Can he control? No, he can't. Bishwa is gonna add his second. And Andromeda's fourth. It's another one for the duo that's been together for such a long time. Simply put, they just continue to show up. And New Age Abyss. Well, if they weren't feeling the pressure in game one, they've got to be feeling it here. This is really a game you don't want to lose if you're them. And in many ways, I don't think you can lose this if you are New Age Abyss, because Andromeda are consistent that it's very tough to win multiple games against them. But it feels like we might be going to that kind of place. It is 5-0, it is complete control here from Andromeda. How things are going for them so far. All about being able to keep it going. We're only about 2 minutes into this game. Andromeda have racked up a ton of goals, and I don't think they're done just yet. They want a number 6, but won't find it there. And in fact, it will be New Age Abyss. Could go the other way. Creek Panzer. Oh, got the bump on Villager. That net's wide open, and it will go in for Weak Jam. I don't know if that was exactly Creek Panzer's idea. They just run into Villager like that, but it completely opened up the net. New Age Abyss with their first in game 2. After having let in 5 goals already, they finally put one in. And ironically, there is still a lot of time for them to come back. They just gotta be able to be smart with the offensive chances they do get. Because, in theory, they're not gonna get that many to get these 4 goals. Especially with Andromeda still pushing up. But they will push back here. Bishwa able to keep the pinch off the corner. Weak jam. As Creek Panzer's an infield option. That one should have gone in. It was a great setup from Weak Jam. And Creek Panzer will be apologizing profusely because that should have been in, but he'll make sure he makes up for it in scoring yet another one. And so now it's 2 for New Age Abyss. And for Andromeda, it's starting to get a hold of them here. There is a real potential for a comeback here. A little over 2 minutes to go. You can't count them out. Still a lot of time left for New Age to get the goals that they're looking for, but Andromeda going to look to hold them back, but Vishwa's overcommitted here, going for quite an aggressive challenge. They're just gonna have to sit back, although that touch from Creek Panzer should have been a lot better. Those are doing well to make sure that his shot will not be on targets, and Andromeda making sure that keep that ball away from New Age Abyss. They slow down that shooting as much as they can. Villager doing a great job here to get past 2 players. Now he'll go up in the air. Villager looking for a dunk on Creek Panzer. Able to get it. Andromeda will be sent back. It's Creek Panzer. Will tank a boost, so does Villager though in that flick. Well, not really a flick. It's a failed opportunity. And Andromeda keeping the ball away. Really slowing down that time out of their opponents. As how does that go in? Is that a pinch? Andromeda's got their 6th. Was this a pinch? I think Villager may have gotten a piece of this. Oh, he totally did. Villager, it bounced right into Villager. And Andromeda, maybe that will be enough to shut down New Age Abyss and their potential comeback. Anyway, still not giving up though, which, credit to them for not doing that. They're still fighting in this match. A lot, here for them. Both these teams are 1-1, so having a winning record, being at the top of your group is a big deal, especially since there's 18 teams in this group. That means that going into the playoffs, somebody's probably going to be eliminated. As we go to because the playoffs are only top 16 at the most. But really, seeding matters is just the same as well. Andromeda looking to be in a perfect position after this matchup. 7-2, a very good scoreline here in game 2. Just like last game, it's very one-sided. Although it was mostly the start of this game that was one-sided. It was 5 goals straight from Andromeda. Since then, it's been 2-2 for both these teams, so even then it has still been close, and New Age Abyss still not done looking for more. Ball will stay wide as weak jam. Goodbye, Bishwa. And he'll be bumped out. Weak jam still. Up is Greek Panzer. That shot's gonna go wide of the target. And at this point for Andromeda, just about wasting time, taking those seconds off the clock. Looking for another one is Villager. He ran out of boost partway there. Not muster up one more touch. Andromeda, they won't need another goal. In a perfectly happy position as they are, but they'll make it 8-2, why not? One more goal, just for fun. Andromeda gonna win this game by a 6-goal margin. And as this game nears its end, it's Andromeda who are on match point. An incredible performance in Game 2, a huge start for them. Now up 2 on the series, and again, as I said, it's very tough to reverse sweep this team. They are very consistent. It's very tough to take multiple games off of them. But not impossible. Oh, and they'll have to make sure they hang on to that not impossible feeling. Because that's the kind of position they are in right now. May not be impossible, but it is very, very unlikely. But that doesn't mean it's over. We have Game 3 coming up. And Game 3 means a lot of pressure still to fall on Andromeda to end out this match. Villager had a great performance once again, 6 goals from him on 7 shots. I don't think that shooting is going to be very consistent though from him. Can't be that consistent though. But maybe I'll be proven wrong here in Game 3. New Age Abyss still have the opportunity to at least take a few games off this team. And maybe we'll see a reverse sweep as well. Andromeda, it's all about getting off to a good start. Once again, Vishwa trying to do just that. He must find a way to get this one dribbled over weak jam. Villager now. That touch, bouncing in front. Unable to score on it though. Vishwa will come to support. New Age Abyss will take this one away. Creek Panzer. No boost left. Villager had a chance to go downfield. I would have liked a much more controlled first touch from him. Instead, he's given it up, and Green Panzer's gonna go for net. Great stop from Bishwa. Villager unable to get the redirect. Bishwa still has it. Weak jam on net. Saved by Villager as he'll come up clutch. And New Age Abyss staying close in on them. Villager. Bishwa looking to offer support as Andromeda will look down the field. Still it is New Age. 1-on-1. Green Panzer flick. Saved by Villager. Follow up. It's in for weak jam. All it took was one overcommit from Bishwa. Villager left all alone. He's been so good at these 1v1s, but when there's 2 players barreling in on you, it's pretty tough to get the block on both of them. And New Age Abyss finally score first in one of these games. It's felt like it's been a real trouble for them to actually get in that position. Unfortunately, it won't last for long. Bishwa has already put one back. And so, here we go. We continue onward. Knowing that Andromeda is still playing quite exceptionally well. As New Age Abyss. Oh, weak jam bumped out his own teammate to get to this play. I mean, it's a good shot too, but Bishwa will be on the end of it. Villager will look for the follow-up. Can't reach it in time. It's up to Bishwa to make sure Villager gets time to recover. He's done exactly that too. Villager. Now it's time to shoot. Weak jam not able to get there, but Bishwa also unable. Still on top of this one. Oh, but Villager needed to put it on. Andromeda still there. Bishwa. Oh, Villager completely missed this one, but it is wide. And New Age Abyss. Still staying close, still searching. As Villager again, off the back wall. Won't go very far. Andromeda still staying close and still holding that midfield, looking for any chance for themselves. Bishwa doesn't really control this one very well. It's going to force Andromeda to go back. But not for long. They've already reset to offense. Man, this is their real major chance to get something. Andromeda's challenge here. Villager a little bit of outside here, and that 50 not exactly perfect, but again they're still holding that midfield. And New Age Abyss cannot seem to break out. As Villager now gets the challenge one over Weak Jam, and that means that net open, but Ishwa a little slow. His shot's wide. Now he'll get the bump on Creek Panzer. Villager has a long run up. He's got a double tap. Villager not able to connect. Bishwa jumping in. Andromeda still keep it, but still they can't score. New Age Abyss holding on for dear life. Every save a little bit closer to getting out of their half. Where's that relief? New Age Abyss have not been able to find it yet. Maybe this is it. Weak Jam. Bishwa wins it, and that's on target! It's Andromeda with the 1-goal lead! A fortunate 50-50 finally cracks the New Age Abyss defense! And it comes courtesy of Bishwa. They're up by 1 inside 90 seconds. Andromeda so close to taking this match, but it's not done yet. Creek Panzer smash that into the left side of the goal, and New Age Abyss are back, getting on offense, their first shot, and they make it count. And it is tied. But can New Age Abyss do what has seemingly been impossible for them this whole series? Get that lead, hold that lead. Andromeda still forcing them out. Bishwa just off the bar. Villager has a net. Not able to put it on, but he'll keep it infield. Creek Panzer. Not an easy read to make by any stretch of the imagination. It sets up Bishwa. He's got one to beat, but he needed one more touch. Andromeda still playing with control. It's Villager. Kept out by Weak Jam. Villager trying to chase right after him here. Bishwa went all in on that 50, and he left Villager in a bad position. He'll help him out with that first challenge. Villager too slow though. It's New Age. It's the lead. 25 seconds to go. Andromeda did not play their cards correctly. It was a great first shot from Bishwa, but Villager, he needs to sit at net. Andromeda's been so go, go, go mentality that honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't gone against them earlier in this game. New Age Abyss up by 1 late in game 3. And Andromeda need an answer. Villager! Oh, he spotted right in their face! 6 seconds later. And Villager wasting no time. That is a perfectly struck ball. And New Age Abyss cannot seem to stop him. Now only 19 seconds left. Andromeda, once again, in the position to win this series in a sweep. But it's about getting those important shots and those important goals. Not gonna find it in regulation. It's gonna go to OT. Oh, maybe not. Wait a second. That's gonna hit the ground. Andromeda will go to overtime. And that means the next goal is to win this game. Eventually this series, if it's Andromeda who can take it. Only game 3, but they've won the last 2. It was game 2 that was so startling to me. It's where Andromeda started to take over. This game, though, might back to being close. As Villager better not be own goaling there. He just gets enough on it. Bishwa, left defense there. I'm not a big fan of that. Villager's all alone again. Comes up with a clutch save, and Andromeda, here's a breakaway chance. Kriegpanzer has full tank of boost, but Villager on him on one. This one, 50, will be blocked away. Bishwa now cutting in. He's had a couple goals already. Villager unable to shoot on that infield play and unable to get much of a follow-up touch as well. New Age with full space. Kriegpanzer saved by Bishwa. And Andromeda playing for that win. Playing for everything. They weren't playing to get demoed though. And Bishwa not on the right side either. He'll still have the clear. No boost left. Not a lot of power on that shot, but it's bouncing. Weak jam will only be able to get a little bit of it. Does pump out Villager, who then is starting to take his time on these plays. Andromeda have it still. Bishwa nearly ending it off the crossbar. Will reset. Bishwa at first touch, setting off Villager, but he's not won the challenge. Bishwa barreling right through his own teammate just to get there. And Andromeda still holding on, even with how heavily they're committing up for these plays and how little boost they seem to have. As another 50! Is that going to end it? It's off the post. A sigh of relief for New Age Abyss. Nearly a repeat of what we've seen already this game once. They'll be saved there by the post. But can they be saved in front? Bishwa! Not able to get the 50, but Weak Gem didn't have it either. And Andromeda still waiting. Maybe waiting a little too long though, because Kriegpanzer able to get that boost. Bishwa unable to control. And Villager not actually challenging here. Might be a mistake, because Weak Gem could go for the bump there, and oh, he almost certainly wanted to. But they'll just shoot it instead. Bishwa, that's one. Oh, it's off the back wall. It nearly got Weak Jam. Very close, but not close enough. As it's overtime, about to reach into 3 full extra minutes of goallessness. It's been Andromeda, who feel like the much weaker team right now. They're not pushing up. They're not taking chances. And New Age Abyss have them caught and have them dead to rights. Weak Jam takes it. The series goes on. It will not be 3 games straight for Andromeda. With 11 shots, only 3 goals. A much different performance from a team that just felt like they were trying to play safe this game. When it comes to overtime, generally speaking, when you try to play safe, you don't usually get those wins so confidently. Now a chance for a reverse sweep here. As we go into game number 4. New Age Abyss, can they get another one? It's Andromeda who have caught them so often here. It's Andromeda who need to pick up on the shooting. And only 3 goals on 11 shots is not great shooting accuracy. I don't think they'll be happy with it either. We've had 2 overtimes and a blowout. What do we get here in game 4? Will we get the end of our series? Andromeda hoping that answer is a yes, but it'll require them to fix their shooting accuracy in order to get there. This Villager trying to get them off to a good start. Kriegpanzer can't get to it! And I don't know if that initial shot was wide. I think it might have been. But Kriegpanzer didn't know any better. And unfortunately for him, I think he just own goaled. Oh, he most definitely did. That was wide. Just own goal to give Andromeda the lead. And once again, Andromeda scoring first in a game. But it's about scoring multiple times that has been their issue. Only 3 goals last game. They're gonna want a lot more than just that. And Villager trying to get them going. Still Villager. Villager. One-on-one with Creep Answer gets the fake behind. It's open for Bishwa, but he never went for it. Bishwa hesitated. It was a great chance. Villager did all he could to get there. Why did Bishwa not go? Andromeda will we have to sit back and wonder, as that's a mistake. Bishwa unable to get to that one, but another clear for Andromeda. This one caught by Krieg Panzer. Blocked, weak jam, open and in. And what makes it work so well is that first touch from Krieg Panzer, the little break check as well on Villager. From there on out, it's a 2v1. All they gotta do is force Bishwa out of the way, and they'll be in business. And once again, Andromeda trying to play safe at times. They really can't rely on playing ultra safe to win these games. Oh, but that's not going to be a great play from Bishwa. Villager able to recover, but surely Weak Jam can take this one. No, he can't. Krieg Panzer still in front. Can Weak Jam take this? Krieg Panzer up, and his play is wide of the net. Oh, New Age Abyss missing on a huge opportunity. As Andromeda waiting back, Villager beat on the 1v1! And it's not the first time Villager has been caught doing that this series. It's a huge issue that he's had before, where he relies so heavily on not challenging early, where he sits back so far waiting for clears, that when teams start to realize they don't have, they shouldn't be clearing, that's when he's completely caught all alone. Sometimes it's on Bishwa for overcommitting, but this time, that was on Villager for sitting back that far. Oh, but they will get a goal back, Bishwa off the kickoff. And Villager's mistake will not be remembered. And we still have a lot more of this game to go through. These teams have not given up at all. And I'm honestly pretty happy to see that. Rage Abyss need another one. Probably want to get it as soon as they can as well. Really build on this thing because they know that a goal can go in at any time as yet another own goal for Weak Jam. And this one, there's no question about what he did there. Oh boy, that is the last thing you want to do there if you're Weak Jam. And Andromeda will take the lead once again this game. Reminder, any lead they have is a lead that they could potentially win the series on. Only need this one game. But the pressure's on them to do it. Villager, 50'd with Krieg Panzer. Now he'll go to the back corner. Krieg Panzer still. Oh, it's a little awkward here in front. Villager, trying to keep the play moving. Andromeda, staying very close to this corner. They're trapping New Age Abyss. They're not letting them out. Finally, they will break through. Can New Age Abyss score on this? Krieg Panzer. That's a great play across the goal. Should be Weak Jam. It will be. 3-3. And for Andromeda, having played in the corner, it felt like they were toying with New Age Abyss. Well, that's going to come back to bite them. And New Age, they have not given up this game. There's been very few times where a team has ever been in control. It is still essentially a toss-up between these two teams. Who's going to take this one? But can Bishwa do it here? That is very wide. And a very poor attempt for a player who's usually the more aggressive of the two on this Andromeda side. Is actually going to play a little bit more defensively. Will pass Krieg Panzer. Andromeda. Villager. Midfield for Bishwa. He'll still be on top of this one, but it is New Age who will keep this one out. Andromeda facing back is Villager, and he'll be kicked out. New Age Abyss, content to keep with this lead for now. But they may not be able to hold it forever because Bishwa will surely come in. Villager not able to get the redirect. I don't think he was looking for it either. A little bit of more complexity for New Age Abyss on that save. The option of that redirect. Now they've overcommitted. Andromeda need to put it on, but Villager rushed on his touch. Just needed one extra second just to wait on it. Instead, it's a bit of panic for Andromeda. And a shot that they definitely can score as Villager needs to get to this one. Bishwa feels like he's been rushing a lot this game just to get something. It's almost as if he hates playing this close. I mean, most teams do. It usually isn't a good thing when a game is this close when you're up by 2, up 2-1 in the series. That pressure's going to get to Bishwa here. He's scored 2 goals already, but it's going to be what would be his 3rd if he can get it next. It'd be the most important. Still, Bishwa needs to get to it. Villager waiting in front. Bishwa doesn't need to make a touch on this one. He will leave it, but he did run into Villager, using all of his boost. Villager's got to waste time here for Bishwa. He will do that. 10 seconds to go. We may be heading to another overtime this game, unless somebody from Andromeda can score, but maybe New Age Abyss will want it. Weak jam. No, he's bumped away. Our 3rd overtime of the series. And it's the 2nd time for Andromeda that they can win the series in an overtime. They couldn't do it last game after 3 minutes of gameplay. Now this game, can they do it here? Bishwa, aggressive, Bishwa! That's gonna end it! 13 seconds in! And it's Andromeda of Nebula Esports who will take the series! Their record improves to 2-1. New Age Abyss now are 1-2. Andromeda take the match 3-1. It has been a battle of both these teams. It has been close. For 3 of these games, we've had overtime. What a series that is! That was one of the best series we've had in a while here. Everything was close. Everything was competitive. It's a shame, I think, that we didn't get to see Game 5, but everything has gone. I think 4 games is already quite incredible. That means for our LOS Champs matches tonight, that is it for them. Villager, who we will be seeing 2 days from now in a 1v1 matchup, able to take it here in 2s. 3-1, what a scoreline there for Andromeda. Earlier today, we also had Let Me Pinch sweeping, though this is Patrick. Of course, beforehand, had Royals winning their match 3-1 over Yukio Enso. That will be it for all of our LOS Champs matches. Later on tonight, we'll have the Champions Cup 2 ATS Apex Cup play-ins. That's a long name, but it's the play-ins for the RLSS ATS Champions Cup 2. We'll have that on its own separate stream, though. We're going to be going offline for a little bit. But for all of you who have been following, who have been watching, thank you all so much. It means a lot to me. It, though, for this part of the stream, we're going to get a raid in. Thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream here. And we'll be live later tonight, but for now, take care, be well. We'll see you in about 90 minutes for our final match of the night.